Hi guys. Hello. How are you today? I hope you're fine. Once again, my name is Jane or Marita Jagua. Uh, I live in the UK and I'm just pleased that most of you who watched my last video really recommended and liked my what I had to say. And I'm encouraged. So you guys, don't stop. Just keep liking my videos and subscribing because I have a lot to share. And you know how it is when you are a YouTuber and no one likes your videos or no one follows you. It's not very good and it doesn't encourage you. So you kind of just give up. I've been a YouTuber for quite some time, maybe a few years, but I was busy doing other things and kind of gave up. I watched a lot of videos from home. I watched Lynn Gugi. I watched Mara. I watched Wodemaya. I watched all these guys. They give us good content and make me miss home, obviously. But that's not what I'm going to talk about today. Today I'm going to talk about how to travel to Nyambohanse in Kuria or in Hispania if you want to travel to those sides of the country to see either wildlife or to see the land and to see how people live because sometimes you never know, you can't just live in one place all the time. You need to travel, you need to go here, you need to relocate, or when you've been living in England for a long time, you want to come back home. So I've been doing a little research here and there, just following up to see how the place is growing and how whether I can come back, and I can assure you that this is the best time to come back home. Or if you need to buy land, I'm going to give you guidelines of how to visit Nyambohanse, and I'll do it in a list form so that you can follow up. Those of me who are in the UK and want to travel and go to Nyambohanse, I'm going to tell you how. Just in brief form, it's good to share this information because you never know. You might want to travel somewhere and you don't even know where to start. So this is a good background research that I've done for anyone who wants to travel there. So anyway, yeah, so before you even want start thinking about traveling, you need to do good research. Just gather all the information about Nyabohanse, including the location, the nearest airports, or transportation. All the convenient airports or locations that you are based in that location. You need to know how to get there before you start anything else. Even before you land in Nairobi, you need to book flights, find out if you need any visas to go there, and book your flights in advance, because the earlier you book your flights, the better. Don't wait until the last minute, because they are expensive. They can be very expensive when you are traveling. And if you wait for a long time, especially Christmas time, can be expensive. So don't travel around Christmas time. Wait until probably when schools are open and children are back to school, then start, planning your journey, how to travel there. Another thing is, so once you book your flight, you go to it's going to Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, and you are going to land in the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport from any UK destination, from any UK airport, because I think Heathrow, Gatwick, all those, and Manchester, they all fly to Kenya. So you are planning to travel to Kenya, you can look for a stopover somewhere if you want to cut your budget, because stopover flights are cheaper than direct flights. So yeah, so once you obtain all your documents, you have a valid passport with at least 6 months of stay, Um, and check your visa requirements for Kenya based on your nationality, and apply for a visa, and allow sufficient time to get the visa. I think minimum you can get in 2 days, you can get a visa to Kenya. So it's not that bad. You can get a visa to Kenya. Then, once you do that, book your flights and arrange transportation from Nairobi Airport. When you arrive at Jomo Kenyatta Airport, how you're going to travel to Nyambohanse or to Kuria. Options include private taxi, probably, or using public transport. Research reliable transport that can take you from one place to another, because if you do not plan, then you will be stranded, and there are many people who will come forward and want to give you the help that you need. So it's always good to plan and be referred by someone who knows the place very well. Don't just go pick any taxi or anything like that, but plan from here. I mean, you can travel by matatu, or you can travel by they are very reliable. They are. And even there are buses that travel overnight, and others also travel for daytime. So you can choose which one, but you have to book it. I think last time we had to book it to travel. I think minimum is like 8 hours on the road. So it's a bit far, and you're gonna be stopping on the way while you're going there. Uh, just be ready. Buy what you have to buy for eating on your way, or when you stop over. There are places you can stop over and buy something to eat, because it can be a journey that you regret not having eaten something. um, the places they stop obviously have things to eat. I remember a place where we stopped to have nyama choma, and it was really good. And we were able to buy other things like fruits and some drinks. And I remember I bought some juice, like a smoothie. There's a smoothie I bought on the way. It was so nice, avocado smoothie. So all these things you should consider while you're traveling. Once you, once you arrive in Nairobi, and you need to sleep over, look for a hotel. I'm sure there are really good hotels in Nairobi that you can spend the night before you travel the next day. Just make sure that when you get to Nairobi, maybe in the middle of the night or in the morning, you go back straight to the hotel, have a rest before you start now traveling through the journey to Nyambohanse, because of the distance. It can be very tiring, so you need to prepare and get ready for it. But it's fun, it's good, and you will see a lot through the journey. The only problem is maybe traffic along from Nairobi before you get to a place where there is no traffic. Nairobi place can take time before you now start seeing the views of the countryside. So bear that in mind. Also, or just arrange a taxi, a private taxi to take you. There's also flights, by the way. You can take a flight to Kisumu, and also you can take another flight to I don't know whether there's a place you can land in Migori. I think there's an airport there somewhere, and from there, then you can take a taxi, a shared taxi, or you can look for transport to take you to Nyambohanse. So bear all these things in mind um, before you travel. Otherwise, Nyambohanse is a nice place. It's full of fun. The people are good. They communicate both in English and Swahilis, and those are the official languages. And it's an urban area, uh, and you will not feel like you are lost. Also, when you're traveling, find out about the vaccines, like what you need to take for your vaccines, because I think they advise that people should have the yellow fever and check latest COVID restrictions requirements. I don't think there is any in Nyambohanse, but just check and check guidelines for both UK and Kenya. Be aware of any quarantine or testing requirements for COVID, and also talk to travel advisories in place. Make sure that you talk to any travel agents and find out if there's anything you need to know before you travel from the UK. Obviously, if you've never been to outside the country and it's your first time going to Kenya, consider talking to the to people who will be booking you the flights, just to find out any necessary documents that you need about your health, and also stay updated and from the official sources like the UK government, foreign and commonwealth websites, and the Ministry of Health, to ensure safe and smooth journey. And also I said about the Commonwealth Development Office. It's like Foreign Commonwealth Development Office, FCDO. Make sure you visit those websites just to clear any doubts that you have about traveling. Visa requirements. Check the visa requirement for your nationality before traveling to Kenya, because many nationalities can obtain a visa on arrival, but it might not be your case. But just check. You need to apply in advance and ensure you have the passport that has at least 6 months validity remaining. If you've been to Kenya, make sure you have 6 months remaining. Visit travel clinics to consult your doctor, to inquire about what I said about vaccinations. In Kenya, the common ones are the yellow fever, typhoid, hepatitis A and B, and tetanus. You should be updated with those vaccinations. Just go and see your doctor and they will advise which ones you need. Maybe you've had them before, but it's good to check with your doctor to just make sure that you have the right thing. It's also advisable to take malaria prophylaxis, as Nyambohanse is also located in malaria-prone area, so you need to be advised about that. It's in the tropical area, so a rich area. The weather and clothing. Nyambohanse experiences tropical climate, so pack lightweight and breathable clothing. Don't pack a heavy jacket, like winter here. Just light clothing, and the summer ones that we wear in the UK are the right ones to take to areas like in Kenya, Nyambohanse being one of them. um, the warm temperature. It's always warm and it's always raining, so it's a very good area if you want to go on holiday. Bring a light jacket for the evening or a sweater, because the evenings are cool. They are very cool, and they can be cold sometimes, because I remember going there and I was cold one time. Um, Pack also sunscreen and take a hat, you know, a hat and an insect repellent, because there are some insects you need to be aware of. Don't just, if you're prone to your skin is not really is prone to bites from insects. You need to be aware and take some insect repellent, like a spray or something to protect you. Nyambohanse is very safe, and it's always important to take precautions, even though I say it's safe, like any other place in the world. Just be aware and vigilant. Be aware of your surroundings, and avoid wearing expensive clothing or expensive watches. Just like any other place, just keep your things locked up, and just be a normal person. Don't display too much, like if you're a millionaire, just pack away your millionaire habits and just be a local citizen, a local person. They are very down to earth, so they will welcome you with your high class ways of life. But it's just good to be mindful, and it's always good to be aware. If you go to a place the first time, just be aware of these things. But you can go and dress the way you want. I'm not saying that something will happen, but just be aware, okay? Um, Always use transportation that has been recommended. Don't just wave on the roadside for anyone to stop and take you to where you're going, or take a lift. Always connect with the locals and find out the best reputable services, rather than walk alone in the street or in the night. Just be aware of that. Familiarize yourself with the local customs and traditions of Kenya. Respect the local culture by dressing modestly, especially when visiting religious sites or rural areas. Don't wear naked, G strings, and expose yourself, like the young people, how I see them dressed. Sometimes you need to respect some cultures, especially where you're going. In the Nyambohanse area, don't just expose your body to the locals. They'll be like, what's going on? What's wrong with this girl? Or what's wrong with this man? Why is he exposing himself? These are things we don't want to see, and we are not used to this lifestyle. So yeah, it's also good to be polite and learn a few basic Swahili phrases, interact with the locals, and your time there will be very, very enjoyable. Communicate in English, because you'll be amazed how many people there can speak English as well as Swahili and other local dialects. So very interesting to know that Kenya is really English widely spoken, even in the urban areas. However, learning a few basic Swahili phrases can be helpful and appreciated by the locals. They do appreciate people who want to know more about them and people who want to learn more about them. So be aware of these things and be friendly and be humble, polite, and be like them. And I can assure you, your stay in such places will be marvelous and wonderful. Yeah. So what else have I? It's always important to exercise caution, like I said. Um, like any destination, is always advisable to take precautions, stay informed, stay updated on latest travel advisories and safety guidelines for the region. Check with your government, foreign office, or embassy for any specific information. All right. So those are some of the things I wanted to talk. Traveling from Nairobi to Nyambohanse can be by road. Common way to travel from Nairobi to Nyambohanse is by road anyway, because it's expensive to fly. But you can hire or you can use buses to go to Nyambohanse. Check. There's all ways of traveling depending on your pocket size. So be aware of that. Check for schedules because, like buses that we used to travel with, you have to travel at a certain time. And if you miss one, then you've missed it. You have to come back tomorrow. So it's like they travel, you have to book it in advance before you travel. But they go very fast. So um, if you prefer some other convenient options, you can fly from Nairobi to Kisumu. Like I said, there's a place, a major town called Kisumu, which is the nearest town, major town to Nyambohanse. So it's not far. It's about I don't know whether it's about 40 kilometers. I'm not so sure, but I think so. You can then take a taxi from Kisumu or arrange a private car hire to take you to Nyambohanse. There is also another way to travel, which is you take train from Nairobi to Kisumu. Then the Kenya Railways operates Madaraka Express, which is a modern train service that connects Nairobi and Kisumu. From Kisumu, you can then continue your journey to Nyambohanse. I think that I made that clear, when I was talking about the travels, but I did not mention that there's one to Kisumu. There's a train to Kisumu actually that you can take. I think I'll take that next time because I think last time I was in Kenya, there was a train to Kisumu. So that's really convenient. Yeah. So yeah. Also consider traveling times for those trains because once you miss one, you might have to wait for a long time. Another thing to consider is you can even you can stay in Kisumu area while you're traveling in the local areas. You can have Airbnb in Kisumu and then travel around, come back to your Airbnb. There are guest houses there and lodges. Look for a guest house or lodge that is nearby the city that you are traveling, the place that you're traveling. And you might be surprised that they offer really affordable places to stay. But if you want to travel, get in touch with me. I'll talk to my people in that local area. They can find you a place to stay, and your journey will be enjoyable. Also, you can consider staying with the local families who are really very welcoming in Nyambohanse. This will not only provide you with a unique cultural experience, but also support the local community. And you can also inquire with the local tour operators or ask around for homestay options, which are very welcoming anyway. No family there will refuse to stay with you. They will always be welcoming. There is also another option of camping if you want to stay. So I've talked about guest house, homestay, and now you can camp. You can enjoy outdoor adventures. You can also consider camping in the surrounding areas of Nyambohanse. However, make sure to obtain the necessary permits and ensure your safety while you're camping. It is advisable to make arrangements in advance rather than go there and then start looking for a place to camp. Make arrangements in advance. I'm sure there's always a way to find out how you can, camp around there if you have, that need to take care of your accommodation needs. Or you can just stay in a hotel and then meanwhile find out if there's a camping place that you can, put your camping. So that's it for now. I hope you'll be able to travel safely. Do your groundwork. Do your groundwork if you're traveling, and make necessary arrangements in advance before you travel. And I'm sure that Nyambohanse will be waiting for you. Obviously, you can get in touch with Marwa. He will advise you what you need. I'm sure he knows so many people. That's the good thing with Nyambohanse. He has made it famous. He has made it a place that you can visit him without any restrictions. And I'm sure the mom and the other relatives will be able to help you. If not, just talk to travel advisors who will be able to advise you on how to go. You don't have to go to Nyambohanse. There is also other surrounding areas you can go to. If you want to buy land, I can help you communicate with people who can find you good land elsewhere. So, like I said, I bought a land in Isibania in a place called Serare near my dad's house, and that's where I'll be coming to live in the future. But for now, I just have to live in the UK and plan my retirement. Anyway, bye for now. Thanks for listening to me. And if you need any advice or anything, let me know. And thanks for listening. Please subscribe. Just click, and just make me happy for today. Make me happy by subscribing. Thanks, and take care of yourself. And also like many people subscribe, but they forget to like the video, because when you like and subscribe, those two, they also count towards uh, how I'm doing with the YouTube. Okay, then. Thank you. Bye bye. Bye for now. Take care. See you next time. Bye.